amazing duo showing us all the beautiful foods that you can cook, but we're all trying to save some money, so we want our food to be able to store and last us, which is why I'm so excited that we are partying this hour, because we are partying with Tupperware. Tupperware, of course, is the brand that you know and love and have trusted for 8 decades, and we are bringing you some customer picks today. 2 of them specifically are right here on this table. What you're seeing is the 8-piece Heritage Square Bowl set. Now, when we talk about Tupperware, the reason why we say 8-piece is because the bowl itself is fantastic. The lid does a lot of the work, and we all know that because we're obsessed with Tupperware. And if you are in the market to replenish or add to your current collection, because that's what Tupperware is, it's a collectible, this is your day to do it because the pricing is absolutely incredible. I gotta look at my card here. 20% off today, clearance price, my friends. It doesn't happen often because I know a lot of our friends, they buy them full price because that is the quality that they swear by. So when you're picking colors, you can go ahead and shop this right now. Don't even wait for the full presentation. But this right here, I'm telling you, it's incredible, and you don't have to sweat the colors because guess what? You get every single color in this set. Come on, my friends. We're gonna take a little bit of a walk. We're gonna kick things off. Oh, where am I going? Where's Deb? She is. She's all the way across the studio. Deb Murray, my friends, of course, represents Tupperware here, and she is so adorable, isn't she?
You are so
oh
sweet.
My gosh,
How are you?
I'm great, my friend.
You
but
are
I
great.
love that you always come dressed to the nines.
I try to think vintage.
Vintage is what it's about because we know Tupperware because they've been bringing us the most amazing innovations for all these years.
Almost 80 years.
Come
Isn't
on
that
now.
amazing?
This
and
is
with a
brand
lifetime
new.
warranty.
And
this is brand new.
And that's what we do here, right?
Right.
We bring you exclusives that you can only get. And these little tiny, let me just pick one up because they're just adorable.
They are just too adorable.
They're small, but they're powerful.
They are powerful.
They are going to be able to keep your foods fresh. They're going to be able to give you portions, perfect portions, if that's what you're looking for. And look at how many you're getting in this set. Oh my gosh, you are getting, get this, 12 pieces, 6 of the little holders, and then you're getting the lids that come with them that are super duper strong. We're gonna show you all that. But look at the colors.
Aren't they fun?
Gosh, always with Tupperware. Blue in the front, you can see this 12-piece set, and then you see the purple and the coral, and think about all the things you can do with this. This is incredible.
It is incredible. And I just came back, I did a chef gig down in the Caymans, and I remember my little shampoo and conditioner in the little bottles that I had purchased on my way back to the States, all inside the baggie, which could have been all inside my purse. So when you're gonna get these amazing minis, one of the things you're gonna notice is when the lids come to you, these lids, you want a super tight seal.
Yes.
You don't want the mouthwash, you don't want the Nutella, you don't want anything to come out of it. When you get the lids, you need to work these. You need to rub, massage them. You need to give them. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to struggle to get it on. Once you've used it a few times, like with all of our Tupperware products, you're going to get that incredible seal. So when you put your aspirin in here and you're on a sailboat and your sailboat takes on water, you can still have your aspirin when it's over with.
See, priorities.
And there's so many different aspects that we can use these for, but tell them about nowhere else can they get these.
Nowhere else can you get this because I love the partnership that we have with Tupperware because we want our customers to know that they're getting exclusives when they shop with us. And that is exactly what you're getting here. And I want to be clear, when I say this is a 12-piece set, you're getting a 12-piece of both the lid and the container. So technically, it's 24 pieces that you're getting for this incredible weekly deal drop price, $19.95. This is the first time you're seeing this, my friends. And I know a lot of our friends who shop with us are just like, I gotta get the newest thing from Tupperware.
Exactly.
This is why it's a party, because we're showing you that not only is it great for all the little things that you need in your kitchen, your medications, but this is great for crafting. This is great for keeping all your kids' little doodads, maybe your jewelry kind of organized.
How about baby food?
Baby food.
You can pop these right in the freezer, portion control. I mean, I love using them for sprinkles. Like, do you know a little jar of sprinkles right now at Publix is like $5.99?
Yes, girl.
And those lids are gonna come off. It's gonna make a mess. Now you can have your little cookie corner with all of your little minis in them. You can eat, my daughter, she's a big Taylor Swift fan, so she makes all the bracelets.
Yes.
She's got all her beads in them. How about just in your makeup bag, keeping your rubber bands in there so you don't lose your rubber bands, your eyelash glue. I love this one. How many of you take packed lunch? You know, my daughter, when she goes to work at Busch Gardens, like the park is so big, they don't go out for lunch. They have to eat in the office. So you make your little cucumber salad. You take your balsamic vinaigrette, and you can carry that in your purse because it's only 2 ounces, but you don't have to worry about ever having that lid come off, which is really important when you're carrying something messy like a dressing, salad dressing. But think about a Tupperware. It's the most iconic brand you can think of.
Right.
It was almost 80 years ago that Earl Tupper created the very first polymer that was plastic for food storage. At that point in time, my grandmother was taking a fry pan,
Yep.
and she put a glass plate on top of it, and that was food storage.
Oh my
There was no
gosh.
plastic bags, there were no plastic wraps,
You're right.
and they were putting them in an ice box. So there was definitely a need for these things. But he created them 80 years ago. I'll bet you have storageware in your house that you call Tupperware that's not even Tupperware.
No, because it's the iconic brand that we know that does the thing, which is keep your food
Fresher
longer. Now, my friends, I know the reason why you come back time and time again is because nobody does it like Tupperware, even after all of these years. And what happens when we take our stuff, our Tupperware, to parties, or we take them to work? You kind of watch them disappear.
You
because
do.
people know the brand, they realize how amazing it is, and that it lasts decades upon decades upon decades. Now talk about value story.
Precisely.
This is what we're talking about with Tupperware. You don't ever have to worry about the quality. You don't have to worry about how long it will last, because that is why this is probably one of the only storage container companies that offer a warranty on their storage containers.
Limited lifetime warranty. Who's done that for 8 decades? I mean, and again, the reason that they're so popular is we love them.
Yes.
But look at this. How about mouthwash?
Mouthwash.
So we're all trying to cut back on money,
Right.
right? So if you buy those little bottles for $3 when you buy them at the travel
Right.
store, you can buy a whole thing for $3. You pop them in here, and now you can take your
Look at that
your
travel
mouthwash
storage.
anywhere you want to go. You could be really creative. You can put your cocktails in there, for
Yeah.
goodness sakes. You can make ice cubes with this. But what you really need to realize is you're not going to find this anywhere else. It is a world launch here today, and whenever we launch anything new, Emily, people go bananas. Now, right here, I've got my protein shake mix.
Oh, I
So
love
instead of putting in a
that.
baggie, again, where it
Okay.
can go all inside my purse, I measure out my 2 ounces so I can stay on my high protein diet.
Genius.
Vitamins, your pills, your pearls, I love it just for baby food. I know the lady that I used to work for, her sister, when they had babies, they had everything made from scratch. And you know, who has the time to do that every single solitary meal?
Right.
Take them, freeze them, and then pop them out. And you can even soak these in water, and the water won't go in to thaw them. I mean, it's brilliant.
And
Absolutely
I know a
brilliant.
lot of our friends have seen this before. They said, hey, I've seen that little container before. The reason why we're offering it now in a 12-pack with both the lid and the container is because you asked for it. The greatest part about our amazing partnership with Tupperware is that when you say, I want more of those little containers on their own so that I can use them for whatever I need to, that's why we love Tupperware too, because they're not just
Exactly.
giving you, of course, what you love, the amazing silhouettes that you are always begging for. They will also give you the new items. This is why this is a global launch, because we are giving you 24 pieces. That's the lids, that's the containers, in those 3 gorgeous colors you see, which of course coordinates so perfectly
know,
back to
with
what
all
we
your-
have
exactly.
in this hour specifically. I can't wait to show you what we have. But again, if you're just joining us, it's about 2:08 here on the East Coast. We are talking about Tupperware. We are talking about these most adorable portion size. How much do they hold again?
They're 2 ounces,
2
which
ounces.
is perfect for things when you're
Perfect.
traveling.
Yes.
But they're the perfect size for things for your office supplies.
Oh, I love
They're
that.
the perfect size, same size as your beads when you're doing crafting. Perfect size for your sprinkles when you buy your sprinkles. But again, it's airtight, leak-proof, lifetime warranty, limited lifetime warranty on our website. Beautiful, fun, great giftables.
Oh, it's so
You know,
good.
so fun. And you could actually buy a set and then make sure all of your girlfriends have them for their dressings.
Oh, that is so
You know, I
cute.
mean, what a great idea for dressings alone.
You know what? I would actually buy different sets, right?
Yes.
2 or
Load
3.
up.
All of them, because then you know exactly what's in them, right? Let's say
Right.
you have your seasonings, your
Right.
sweet seasonings, your baking seasonings, or if you just want to separate your jewelry versus
Yes.
your gold and silver, and you have different colors. I mean,
love
obviously you can see through the containers, which is very, very
And
helpful.
they have measurements on the
But they have
side, which is really
measurements.
important
Oh,
too.
that's so
So
good.
even like if you're going out of town and you want to make sure the babysitter gets your child to have the perfect amount of Benadryl, or you know,
Oh,
it's great for kids'
that's
medicines. They're the
smart.
perfect measurements. But again, packing them in your diaper bag, packing them in your travel bag, packing them in your lunch box, put them in your purse. Like I know myself, I am always carrying vitamins with me, and you know what? Those jars those lids come off. You will find these are not going to be the easiest lids in the world to put on. You're just gonna have to play with them just for a minute, and after you work them around, you'll be able to put them right on your container, start in the back, work to the front, and you're good to go. And that's an airtight seal. That's not gonna leak into your purse. That's what we want.
Love it. And my friends, I know a lot of us love our Andrew Lessman vitamins here.
Yes.
The bottles are huge because I always buy the ginormous bottles because I can never be without.
Right.
But I love that when I'm traveling,
Right.
this would save me because I don't have to bring the
Precisely.
whole bottle with me. All I have to do is throw a little label on there and I know exactly what I'm dealing with.
Precisely.
This is fantastic.
It is fantastic, and I love that you're responding to them, but I love this part. Like the shampoo and conditioners, buying those little containers, they cost a lot of money.
Oh my gosh, I
and
love
it's
this
waste.
idea.
I hate the fact that we are throwing stuff into our landfill. Like I can't even tell you, I could kiss Tupperware's whole face, not even for sentimental reasons.
Right.
Not because of being a little girl and the memories of my grandmother.
That's
the
right.
fact that they've been around so long, but the fact that they're not making something, charging you $3 for, that you can get through security that's gonna go into the landfill. This is not disposable. This is something that, like the bowl that I'll show you in just a moment, you'll be going, okay, well, what am I gonna do with this in 60 years?
Right.
Is this going to my daughter? Is this going to my granddaughter? Let's keep supporting companies that do the right thing, like support women, support families.
I love that.
Do you know Tupperware actually has a presentation at the Smithsonian?
I did not
How
know
many
that.
plastic storage containers or kitchen containers of any kind have been not only around 8 decades, making high quality innovative products that give you emotional feeling but are actually represented in Smithsonian because they've changed lives so much.
This is so true because I know what you say, and you've said this to me before, is that just look in your current storage closet. Look
Right.
at what you're working with. I guarantee you have Tupperware. I guarantee that when you see your Tupperware, you know the quality of it because that's why you've held on to it for so long. All the other ones come and go. You know
Exactly.
they do. And then you kind of bring out the one that you got from your mom,
Yep.
from your grandma, and you go, oh my gosh, I remember when my grandma used to put cookies in this. I remember when my
Exactly.
grandma used to bring this to holiday dinners. That's Tupperware because it lasts, because it's women empowered. It's a company that you can stand behind and feel good about, and it's constantly innovating no matter how long they've been around. Because when we talk about a company that has, of course, been making these amazing plastics, now we know they're making it from recycled plastic. So
Yes.
you can feel good, but you're also not gonna throw these into the landfill
Nope.
when you're done with them.
They're taking care of the planet. They're creating better things for us, and I just love them. I hope you'll support them. I know you'll love this product.
Okay, and what we always say too is right now we all know we're trying to save some money, so
Yeah.
that price is incredible.
Yes.
Weekly Deal Drop prices are only around for the
this week.
We're
Yep.
kicking things off and launching things right now with this brand new item, but I always say, don't be that person who says halfway through the week, I didn't grab the coral,
forgot.
or I didn't
Yeah.
get the blue because it matches back to all my Tupperware.
I love the purple.
Do it now. Get it while we have all the colors. This is the best time to shop. We're moving right
Good
along.
girl.
All
Yes,
right,
we
come on,
are.
girl. This is perhaps one of our shoppers' favorite items. I'm going to stand
Okay,
on this side. You
okay,
go over
perfect.
here. The reason being is it's a classic. You
Yes.
might be saying, hold on a second, that doesn't look familiar. That looks familiar.
That looks familiar.
It's because Tupperware, again, is innovating on a favorite, like an Uber favorite. This has been around
Exactly.
for eons. I'm gonna say eons, but it was like a long, long time. But the reason why is you asked for it. You said, I need this back. I need this back, and you got it better. Because again, this is Tupperware, and if you're the kind of person who says, I need my food to last longer. I need to
Precisely.
stop wasting because things are getting expensive.
Exactly.
Get it now. Save yourself some money and heartache, then you're not throwing your food away. Let's talk
Exactly.
about this.
And
this is amazing,
the
this
lowest
lettuce
price
keeper.
we've ever offered.
Oh
before,
my
ever.
gosh. Yes,
this
I'm glad you
initial
mentioned
one
that.
right here was created in the 50s. This one is my bonus mom's Myrna. She gave this to me as an heirloom piece. This
The
was part of my
crisper, the
inheritance.
crispet.
And I took one picture of this and I posted it on social media, and I had 34,000 comments on there. And every one of them was like, I need another one of those. I lost my pick. I need it. So what this was created for was iceberg lettuce back then. So why do we want to do that for iceberg lettuce? Iceberg lettuce is one of my favorites.
Right.
Very crunchy,
Oh, I
very
love the
delicious.
crunchiness,
Yes.
yes.
But iceberg lettuce is full of water.
Yep.
So what you're going to do is you're going to mount the iceberg lettuce on the pick. You put it into the bowl. You're gonna put on the lid, and your iceberg lettuce will last and last and last. It won't brown. Iceberg is one of those that if you even use the wrong material when you cut it, it will oxidize.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It will. So now an organic head of iceberg lettuce can cost up to $5.99. What's so nice about this bowl is now it's larger. You can see
larger.
it's clear, so you can see what's inside. It still has the pick, like what we've done on the bottom of our iceberg lettuce, but we can tear off the outside lettuce leaves. Maybe I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make some, what are those, lettuce wraps?
I love my
turkey
family
lettuce
lives
wraps.
on lettuce wraps.
I
Did you
love
say
lettuce
turkey,
wraps.
my friend?
Oh, ground turkey
This
lettuce
is why
wrap.
we're besties.
That's it.
I'm
We've
telling
got
you.
it.
Oh my gosh, look at this.
But-
and it makes it so easy to tear them off.
Exactly, and I haven't hurt the integrity of my head. I'm gonna put it right back in here, and you know what's gonna happen, Emily? This will last for weeks.
Oh.
So now you're protecting your investment. I love that you're looking at it. You can see what it is. It's beautiful. It'll stay crunchy. But what about those days or weeks that maybe you don't feel like iceberg lettuce?
Sure.
What else could go in here? Well, there's nothing better than protecting anything that we're buying in the grocery store right now. Like, I love bib lettuce.
Me too.
Now, this too would be really good for doing lettuce wraps. I
Yes.
like those. I like the crunch of
It's
the
a nice
other
little,
better.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But isn't that beautiful? We can use these, like maybe we're making those burgers without the buns,
It just
you
looks
know?
it
It's just
does look
gorgeous.
beautiful, my
But
gosh.
keeping it in that clear plastic cellophane container that comes from the grocery store, it's not going to stay as nice. It's
No.
going to get easily damaged. This, we could drop it on the floor and nothing's going to happen to it. Here, how about some beautiful cabbage? We're buying cabbage for Memorial Day weekend. It's on sale now. How do you keep it nice for Memorial Day weekend?
You're a genius.
Put it in your crisper. I mean, but how many other bowls do you have that would fit that in there?
No, I don't put it in a bowl for that reason.
Right.
I keep it in the bag that I get from the store that does absolutely nothing for it. And then when I go to use it, what is it?
Ew, slimy.
We've all
Exactly.
been there, my friends. And that's why this is so popular. I love the pick. It's absolutely the crux of why this works so well. Again, keeping that moisture at the bottom away from the leaves so it doesn't do the damage.
Right, you see the
Look at
little
that.
feet?
I love
so
the feet.
the feet keep it elevated, and see the holes are letting the water drip down below. All produce has water in it,
look
and
at
that's
this.
when we come up to the Fridge Smart, I'll show you a little more science about it. But when stuff is sitting in the baggie and the water's on it, your food is deteriorating faster. And I know groceries are higher than they've ever been. And
That's
they're not
truth.
going down anytime soon. What we're able to do is we're getting longevity. We're not only organized and it looks beautiful and we can actually serve right, but the fact that we're protecting our grocery costs. We're keeping money down. We're not throwing things into the landfill. And again, this is the lowest price we've ever sold this for before.
My friends, when we had this the last time,
Oh, yeah.
people they snatched it up at that original
Higher price.
Am I right?
Yeah.
And then today, we're offering it to you for under 20 bucks. My friends, also, as a reminder, I know you already know this, but I'm just gonna put it out there. It's still Summerfest. Today's the last day for it. So that means today's the last day for 5 Flex. So make sure you're grabbing this now because look at the screen. $3.99 to get this home and start using it, start loving it. And if you've heard a lot about it, but you didn't get a chance to get it the last time, don't worry. Now you get it at the better price and on 5 Flex. And you're gonna be able to say to yourself, now I'm gonna rave about this to my friends.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say to them, this is going to be the gift that I'm gonna give you because this is a really great, not just a gift for Mother's Day, but a really great gift just for like a college student who wants to
College
eat healthier.
student,
You know they're
precisely.
eating a lot of junk. Give it to your friends who are having housewarming parties.
Precisely.
This is a good wedding gift.
And one of the things I like to think about, Emily, you just brought up so many good points, and you're just such a fun host
Oh
to
my
work
gosh,
with.
thank you.
But this is a beautiful bowl. We can prepare in it, because that's what Tupperware is about.
Yeah.
Then we preserve in it. We can transport in it. But because it is so beautiful, we can absolutely serve in it as well. But here we've got a huge head of cauliflower. Now, I bought this head of cauliflower at Sam's Club.
It fits
this
so
was
perfectly in there. Oh my gosh.
$3.50 for that head of cauliflower.
It's beautiful, by
Isn't
the
that
way.
gorgeous?
Oh
but
my gosh.
it will bruise if I keep it in the plastic wrapper in the refrigerator. This I can cut off little florets, for the whole week, and it'll last, and it'll last. Again, the water goes down below. We're not gonna, that super tight seal is gonna keep that cruciferous smell from not being in our refrigerator.
Oh, you're so smart about that, because we smell it all throughout. You're so right.
But that's one of the things the seal does. The iconic seal that Earl Tupper created in 1940 was like a paint can. So how you would do in a paint can, right? You want that lid on good so the paint doesn't go bad. You start in the back, and you work your way around to the front. And then when we get to the little toggle in the front, you give it a little burp, get out the air. But you know what you're not gonna smell? You're not gonna smell broccoli. You're not gonna smell cauliflower. You're gonna protect them.
Ooh, that broccoli
What
smell.
is that smell? Yeah, but it will never be in your refrigerator with that airtight seal.
That's what we love it. That's why we love
we do. That's why we're nuts for it.
Yes,
and
okay.
how pretty they are.
I didn't mention this, but I should have mentioned it right near the top. This is exclusive. This deal, you can't get it anywhere else. But we did kind of talk about it at the top. Everything you're going to see in this hour, it's straight from Tupperware just for you, our HSN customer. Because, again, this is why we do this. We want you to have exclusive deals, exclusive items that only you can get. 867-274 is the item number, of course, for the Crisp It lettuce keeper that, of course, does all the things, not just for lettuce.
Our viewer is why this happened.
See?
Do you realize that everybody, our viewers that kept asking for it, they wanted this one back, this mold is actually broken. So we couldn't
make that
reuse
again.
it. So we thought, well, how can we make it better? So you asked for it, you reach out to me, and I promise you, we will try and get it made for you. It's kind of like we're custom Tupperware here on HSN.
And speaking of a customer favorite, this is like the ultra popular. If you don't already know, I'm like, where have you been hiding? Because this shape, iconic. And of course, you're already saying to yourself, I know what that is. That's a salt and pepper shakers. But they're not just for salt and pepper. Think about this as the Tupperware for all your seasonings. As long as it fits through the little holes at the top, you can use this for pretty much anything in your cabinets. And just imagine how beautiful it would look if you got all of these instead of those kind of dangerous glass containers that we all have. I also have a mishmash, which I'm totally in the market to be able to replace everything I have with these, because I have a mishmash of sizes. And they don't fit nice or look nice in my cabinets. And they can topple over. And they can topple over, girl.
And you know what else, Emily, which is a really good point, if you really love to cook, you know how expensive the spices are.
They are so
expensive. With that airtight seal, it's gonna keep it fresher longer. But you can put anything from paprika in here. You can buy those in bulk at the bulk store to get the big containers.
You got that right.
The hourglass design is designed so they don't topple over. Even though they are indestructible, the best part about these is that they fit in your hand no matter how tiny your little hand is. Here I've got some cinnamon for my coffee.
Oh, I love it.
Could be cocoa powder to go on my tiramisu. Here's my crab boil. You know, when you're going camping, you want to take your spices with you. You're going to grill out there.
You're right about that.
But you don't want that to be, you don't want to have glass in your backpack. You don't want to carry it in a bag. I mean, these are going to keep everything airtight. If I'm out on the kayak and it falls in the water, it's actually going to float.
It actually can float. That's awesome. My friends, you're getting a 2-pack, of course, because as it was originally sold and marketed, we told it as we marketed it as a salt and pepper shaker. But again, like I said at the top of this presentation, you can use this for anything your heart desires. And the greatest part, as of course we heard from Deb, is that this will allow your seasonings to last all that much longer. And that's the theme that we have going on through this entire hour.
Exactly.
Saving money before we be thinking about everything getting more expensive. Get it now at this incredible price. You're gonna get 2 of these.
Aren't they,
for
darling?
under 20 bucks.
When I was in the 60s, and when I was a very little girl, my grandmother took me to our first Tupperware party. We had these, and they were in cream color.
I love that.
And they had the S&P on the front of them.
Oh my
gosh. And I believe they cost about the same price as what you're holding there right now.
Right.
But we were so excited because normally, even in New Hampshire, we would have to put rice in our salt because of the humidity. Now, we live in the most humid state in the world.
We sure do.
We know how important that is, but no rice in there. No matter what you put in there, because of that airtight seal, you're not going to have moisture getting in there. You're going to keep everything fresher longer, and this is what has made Tupperware so iconic. It's like they're not making things that we're going, oh, let's just throw that in the landfill, and let's just throw that in the landfill. They're giving you inexpensive prices.
If you're worried about that, it's okay, because it's Tupperware.
Yes. And what didn't happen? Lid didn't come off. They didn't crack. They didn't break. And things happen. These are things that are going to fall out of your cabinet. But you know what you're not going to have to do is clean the counter afterwards. You're not going to have glass all over. Think about things in your home. How can you do things differently? How could you be more organized? How can you protect what you're buying or buy like I do? I am going to those big stores right now, and I'm buying larger portions of these things. Me too. I want them to last, and I want them to taste good when I get there, Emily.
Because we've all been there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where we buy it in bulk. Because, again, you're saving money when you buy things in bigger quantities. But then what happens when you go to use it? They're all clumped together and hard and stuck, and you have to break it up with a fork. It's like, why did I do that? But not with Tupperware. This is what's going to allow you to really get the best bang for your buck. And that's what we're looking for these days. And I know that's why all of a sudden we've seen a big jump in the number of people with us.
Yay.
We were steadily selling Tupperware, I'm telling you, because everyone loves this brand.
Right.
We already knew that. We were having a party. But as soon as we talked about this classic silhouette of
these are lower price. I forgot.
Yes.
They?
The
Oh my
price
gosh.
is incredible.
Yay.
My friends are already saying they know that this is on sale, but I was just going to say, our HSN deal price before the sale price was pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it's exclusive to us, being able to offer that. And now we have it even more on sale, so that's why you're getting each of these individually for under $10. Five Flex, my friends, because it's Summerfest. So just know that you can go ahead and get this home. That's right, for under $4.
That's awesome.
I really do think this is the summer essential.
I think so too. Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
You need to have them. Keep a set in your camping gear. Keep a set in your refrigerator. I mean, in your closet and cabinet, but take them to the park. You're gonna take them. I love them for I like to kayak, and I love me some salt and pepper.
I love you. Oh my
I love salt and pepper. And again,
no matter where you go,
wherever I go. When I was a little girl, I used to walk around in our garden, and I have a little Morton salt shaker in my back pocket. But if it rained, that was all in my back pocket.
Oh my
now
gosh.
these are a little bigger, but I've always had for rhubarb, for cucumbers, for tomatoes. But I love too. Look at how beautiful, Emily, this matches back to the set that's coming up in just a little bit, the Heritage set. That would be the best Mother's Day gift ever. And all of my friends on Facebook that respond to any of my posts from HSN, everyone says, I want those, because they remember.
They do.
They remember what that felt like.
It's a classic. I mean, I love that the silhouette stayed the same.
I do too.
Because when you grab it, you're like, oh, I'm at grandma's house, or I'm at my mom's house. I'm using that classic that I know works, but of course, with the upgrades that have come with, of course, the things that Tupperware has learned over the years to give you the absolute best, which is what keeps them competitive against all those other people companies out there trying to do similar, but not quite as good. My friends, 905057 is the item number for this, and that's why this is new, because we're talking about the best of the best. Innovations from Tupperware.
And like what I just did there, Emily, for the kids, do you ever make French toast?
I do.
How about a lot of people want to do the powdered sugar on the top to make a cute little garnish. This won't get sticky. The holes are large enough that your powdered sugar can come out. Maybe the cocoa or the cinnamon. I mean, you're gonna love these, but again, you know that I'm not here very often. It's when we come in with these great deals. I'm in, I'm out, and then I'm gone again. That's because we only make a small batch just for the HSN customer.
100%. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people do ask, they're like, when's Tupperware coming back? It's only every now and then, so you gotta take advantage while you can, my friends. We just wanted to mention, because there are a couple people who might just be joining us, not a couple, actually, quite a few, because we're seeing the numbers jumping. But that being said, hey, in case you didn't see it, you might have missed it. You're just joining us. It's about 2:30 here on the East Coast. We had the all-popular Crispit. That's right, it's back. This is what we call the lettuce keeper. But as we showed you earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this out, this is an incredible device that lots of people have been waiting for the return of, because this little pick at the bottom will allow you to keep your lettuce, I know this is going to blow your mind, longer and fresher, so that you are getting the best bang for your buck. No more slimy lettuce in the bag. You're gonna keep it in your Crispit lettuce keeper from Tupperware. And guess what? It is under $20. Yes, the item number's right on your screen, 867-274. And if you're looking for even more deals from HSN and Tupperware, make sure you're checking out the Just Reduced page on hsn.com. Every Monday, we add to this page so that you can stay on top of some really great deals. We're gonna take a quick break, but when we return, even more from Tupperware and that amazing heritage collection, which is back just for you in just a bit.
In honor of National Military Appreciation Month, HSN is supporting the Foundation for Women Warriors, a nonprofit organization dedicated to honoring and empowering the women veterans community. The foundation works to enhance the personal and economic well-being of veterans by providing financial education, professional development, and mentorship. Join us in support of our women veterans. In May, HSN will match customer donations up to $75,000.
G by Juliana Home combines fashion and function for the home. For the woman who's vibrant, fun, and fashionable and wants her home to reflect that. It's fashion for the space you live in, exclusively for HSN.
Live your summer in style. From your favorite brands to all new celeb designer collections. Don't miss Summer in Style, Thursday at midnight.
Okay, we were just caught chit-chatting because Deb Murray and I are such huge fans of Tupperware. We kept talking about, during the break, all the things we use for our Tupperware. And I know you might have seen it right next to, of course, this beautiful stack of the beautiful 8-piece Heritage Square Bowl set. But we were talking about, have you ever put your flowers in a Tupperware? Just know you can.
It's so pretty. Why wouldn't you?
Great idea. I've done it.
Break.
Deb has done it. I'm sure you have done it. Yes, and it doesn't break.
It doesn't break.
Forget about those vases. Use a Tupperware. And, I mean, come on. Best colors out there.
Oh my gosh, they're gorgeous.
Speaking of, I know you're looking at this heritage set. We talked about it at the top of the hour. And you're thinking, oh, I want to pick the colors. No, no, no. You get all of it. You don't even have to do the hard work, which is picking the colors of the sets. You get each and every one of the colors you see here. And we're, of course, going to go through sizing because I know you're thinking, what can I use this for? And, of course, we do. Our culinary team really knocks it out of the park every time.
They're awesome.
They show you exactly what you can use each and every size for. But Deb, if you don't mind,
I don't mind at all.
Talking about how much each of these hold.
These beautiful, beautiful. I want to call it like a sky blue. It's just the most beautiful blue. And notice that it's like a trapezoid shape, narrow at the bottom, wide square at the top with the handles. This is 11 3/4 cups. What we did in here is an entire 8-piece fried chicken because we're getting ready to go to the park. We're going to have a barbecue.
Right.
We want to show you how beautiful your presentation would be. And putting that in a cooler, I'm not worrying about water leaking in. Now, this is my 8-cup. This is like a sage green. Absolutely beautiful. It's on a cool tone. It's got that little bit of blue shade into it, so the blue and the sage match perfectly. Here I have my macaroni salad. Then next to it is that beautiful lilac. And this is the 5 1/4 cup. And then over here in that that's beautiful warm orange, this is a 3 1/4 cup. So 3 1/4, 5 1/4, and I might be off by half a cup on some of these. And then this is an 8, and this is 11 3/4, almost 12 cups. And again, all of them come with a limited lifetime warranty on them. But the thing that all of you all love is the fact that it's got that sunburst seal.
It's the greatest.
See that little spot right there? I know as my arthritis increases, like I have a hard time sometimes going around the side of the container. Here, whether it's your thumb, whether it's your elbow, every single time you get that airtight seal with just one little press in the center.
Middle.
Couldn't be easier, and our viewer loves it. Like I've got in this one, this is the minis that are coming up in a moment.
Up in just a second, yeah.
So Brownie Weiss made Tupperware. She put it on the planet by this little demonstration right here. She would put the lid on her bowl, and then she would throw that lid out into the audience all over the party, illustrating that this is a leak-proof seal, which other competitors out there, you know, if your tomato sauce falls out of your refrigerator, it's all over your floor.
Oh, we've all been
Not
there.
with Tupperware. Tupperware will keep your food fresher longer. It gives you that limited lifetime warranty, and that's that sunburst lid that you're mad for. But these heritage bowls, again, they're gorgeous. Narrow at the bottom. They come to a square. They have the handles, which are great for transporting. And again, that sunburst lid, and look inside. Even just blueberries look beautiful in that gorgeous orange.
Gosh, my friends, of course, you're always going to be using your Tupperware, yes? But with this set, in case you want to put them away after you're done, of course, at the picnic, all of them nest together so perfectly beautiful. Because I know I don't have a lot of space in my cabinets because I have amazing appliances from HSN that I've purchased over the years. I need to be conservative with my storage. This is the most amazing set to have. That's why people rave about it.
And it nests beautifully. Like what we do is you put the largest to smallest, and then the lids nest perfectly underneath, so it takes up no space. But you're never putting it away. Like,
no, that's
I find the junky ones in my bottom, but they are
just in case. Just in case.
Exactly.
My friends, in case you don't want to take it just from us, because of course we're fans already, but if you want to hear from other people who have purchased this set and why they keep coming back for more to replenish or fill out their collection, there are 125 perfect 5-star reviews on this Heritage Bowl set on hsn.com. So while you're shopping, make sure you're checking it out, because I love to hear from all the folks out there about why they love this specific set, but also you see a lot of people talking about their memories.
Oh, yes.
And there's very few other brands where people go online to talk about why they love it, but also add their own personal story from years and years. We get so excited. Oh my gosh.
It's durable.
But durable.
And notice there's no cucumbers, there's no salad dressing coming out. I mean, if that had been a different brand, the one that can go in the landfill, that could have been a really bad experience. But again, they're beautiful. They'll make your heart warm. I remember the first set of the Heritage with the Sunburst came out in the 70s, and they were the warm avocado, mustard yellow colors.
That. Yes.
You're probably too young to remember.
No, I do. My mom had all of the Tupperware. I just needed, like, to be very clear, like, that is what I remember very specifically from all the meals that we used to go to. Filipinos love, that's my family, we're all Filipino, and we love food, right? Food brings the family together. And when you go to a family party, a potluck, you were always bringing your food in a Tupperware.
Yes. Well, when I was a little girl, we used to have the Dockham family reunions. We'd have several hundred people come, and that was when, in the 60s and 70s, it was a hallmark to have Tupperware. It was you were so proud, and you had to bring your best salad to the family reunions, and it would be an entire table as far as the eye could see with a display of Tupperware. And I still, like, I emotionally get choked up. Like, when I look at this bowl right here, and Myrna, my bonus mom, she, like, intentionally took it out of the cabinet and said, I know how much you love Tupperware. This was the first piece I got when I came to America, and it still works today. She came here from Cuba.
I love this.
She was displaced here, and that was one of her very first purchases. And you can see, seal is just like brand new. That's why for 80 years, Emily, they've been offering limited lifetime warranty. And you can go on the Tupperware website, you'll see it's there. How do you do that and stay in business? You make a high quality product.
That's it.
You don't sacrifice anything. You do the right thing. And that's what I feel like with Tupperware, when we're looking at it, it's beautiful. It's less money than it used to be because, of course, we're a global brand now. We make more of them than we used to back then. But we're a home that is a brand that makes you think home. They make you think mom. They make you think history.
So many good feelings.
There's tremendous good feelings. And they've done things like support the national parks. You know, they do so many different things, and they're a very conservative company. You're not seeing, like, the executives making bazillions of dollars. Like, everything that they do. And for instance, when you don't see us on here for a long period of time, you're like, where are they? We want more of that set. We sold like 36,000 sets in January. We couldn't make more because the molds travel the world. We don't have it where it's just mass produced and then you put a lid on it. Every single piece comes from a mold. We pour it on there. Why would you want to do that? Why is that not practical? Well, there's no way that taking two separate pieces and just randomly pouring it into something, you can get that kind of a seal. So the things that they do to make your lives better, do not come easily. And I told you they're working now with recycled plastics, but they have never made disposable plastics. They never will. They want to take care of our planet. They want to take care of our homes. They care about us. And I think that's a really important thing for businesses that care about their employees. They care about what they're doing for our planet. I love them, and they're beautiful.
They're beautiful, and I'm glad that we actually ended that beautiful story with beautiful, because that is what you're getting here with this set. Because look at this. We talked about the global launch of these little tiny storage containers that you've been begging for, and look how perfectly they match back to this set, because it comes in the coral, and it comes in the blue, and it comes in that beautiful purple. So you can get, of course, you've already gotten this in your cart, the 24-piece storage set that comes in this size, and then you're gonna get the heritage set, so you can put your salad in there, and then your salad dressing. And I love, love, love. Can I borrow that, my friend?
Yes.
The salt and pepper shakers?
Yes.
Look, we talked about this earlier, and look
Everybody
how perfectly
matches.
they match. But that's so big for us.
It is so
right?
big, yes.
We care about durability. Yeah,
Right.
sure we do. We
Yes.
care about saving money. That is top of mind. But we also like our stuff to
We
look
like
cute.
fashion,
Because
fashion
you know
and
you're going to use it. If
function.
you have it, if it's fashionable and functional. I love that. I
Yes,
love that.
I
Okay,
love that.
so my friends, let me stress this again. Our heritage set is a customer pick. It is so, so popular. It rarely goes on sale. We are just offering it to you, usually at the HSN deal price that we negotiate with Tupperware, our amazing partner here at the network. But today, it is on sale. It is 20% off. And I know that's why a lot of our friends are shopping with us right now, because they realize this full Tupperware hour is not just global launches and new items. It is also amazing deals, especially with Summerfest and 5 Flex on everything. That means you can get this whole heritage piece set, 8 pieces, home for under $8. I know, it's kind of crazy. And we're talking about such a name brand that's iconic in your families, in your communities. It really is kind of astounding. And speaking of being able to flesh out your collections, look at the color match. We were just talking about how you could get the heritage set, but now you can also get these mini bowl sets. This is a 12-piece. You're getting 2 of each color, my friends. You're not choosing which one. You get all of it, but look at the size differences. How much can we
So
hold
you
in
get
there?
1 1/4 cup and 2 1/2 cup. In each of the colors, all of the sunburst lid. I relocated these two together because for many years I worked for the beautiful Suzanne Summers, and her 2 favorite colors were sage and lavender. And look at how perfectly those match back together. But these are fashion and function, but again, they match every one of the items that are in the show. Exact same
here, I'll
dye
give
color.
you this salt
Our
and pepper
salt
shaker.
and pepper shaker matches.
It's so important.
I mean, it is really important. How fun, and to be able to get them at such a low price that you
That's
can
truth.
do your spring and summer entertaining with the same colors. But again, it's that seal. Remember the water that I was tossing? This is that water. This is just water. It's not going to come out. But it could be for your lunch. It can be for meal prep. It can be in here. How about marshmallows? Like if you bought marshmallows for your hot cocoa, you know what? You might as well throw the rest of them away because they're going to get hard as a little rock.
Oh, yeah.
Not with this. They're perfect for your marshmallows. Perfect for your lemons. I mean, again, lemons are not expensive anymore.
They're not
They're
inexpensive.
Like $6 a
Oh,
bag,
my
for goodness
gosh.
sakes.
You're so right.
Here we've got, ooh, I used to do this for my grandkids. We would put them in here and take them to church because they want little snacks.
You're so
like
right.
Their little goldfish or their
That's what
little
my kids do,
Cheerios.
yes.
And I didn't worry about them coming off inside my purse. Little trail mix, nothing like a good little snack in here.
Oh,
but these
look at
could be
this.
things that aren't food. You could keep your notions in here. My first husband and I had a sailboat, and we used to keep everything in Tupperware because if you took on water, you needed to be able to protect all of your things.
absolutely.
And we would pay hundreds of dollars for our Tupperware back then just so that we had the peace of mind that water was not going to get inside of there.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you just mentioned that, because I just thought of a whole nother reason for these little tiny global launches that we had today, because tackle box stuff.
Tackle box,
Tiny little things for the
perfect.
tackle box. You can get this
Oh
for
my
the man in your
gosh.
life. I'm just
Oh my gosh,
saying.
I
We
love
had
that
this at
for
the
Father's
top
Day.
of the hour.
Yes.
You get 24 pieces in this set.
Wow.
Make sure you're checking it out. It's on hsn.com. We're going to put the graphic up because
But-
that was a genius idea.
And it's very important that you protect those things. But I love, like, just even your salad dressing to go back with your little containers. I mean,
Yes.
everything works perfect. I love that you have the flexible payments so that they can shop the show.
Exactly.
You know, because I'll be on again tonight, but again, not again until the end of the month. And you know what? At the end of the month, all brand new stuff.
Ooh,
things
you're
you've never
getting us
seen before.
so
And we
excited.
create these for you. Again, these are 1 1/4 cup. You
Yep.
get 3 of those and 3 lids. You're getting 2 1/2 cups. You're getting all 3 of those and the lids. All of them with that sunburst lid that you adore. They have those cute little handles. I mean, whether it's for cereal, breakfast on the go, maybe your salad. I love doing it like I'll chop all my onions for the week and they'll go in here. All my garlic goes in here. All my peppers go in here. Then my ginger I grate and that goes in there. And then they go in the refrigerator. And you know what that means, Emily? When I get home from dinner, to make dinner, I can still make a quick stir fry, but I don't have to do the prep. My
You put 'em
refrigerator,
there like
they're
that.
perfect. And you know what? My refrigerator doesn't smell like onions.
Nope.
And my onions aren't slimy when I go to get them. So, I mean, work smart on Sunday. Make your week so much easier, you know, lunch prep.
Absolutely. Yeah. And these are on sale too. Just so
Yay.
in case you missed that part, these are on sale today.
Awesome.
Under $30. You get 6 with the lids. So when you break that down, these are under $5 a piece for Tupperware, my friends. And I know that's why a lot of our friends are like, oh my gosh, I need to get the heritage piece set, the square bowls. I need to get this 6-piece set with the lids because they all match back. They match back and coordinate with everything that we've already had in our hour. If you missed anything, make sure you're checking out hsn.com. Everything that recently aired is usually right there at the top of the homepage, so it makes it super duper simple. But if you want this 6-piece bowl set with the lids, make sure you're grabbing this right now because again, this is the Heritage Starburst style that you love so much. So easy to put on. Grab it with the Heritage 8-piece square bowl set because again, it's perfect. It is gorgeous. It is going to make your collection all that much better if you don't already have it. Because I know a lot of our friends, they didn't wait when they saw it as a today's special. And it's incredible that we're able to bring it back because a lot of our friends like to flesh out their collections. I love that with 5 Flex today, you can get home all 6 of these bowls and the lids for under $6. Wow. Okay. The wildly popular Crispit continues to be flying out the door. If you missed it at the top of our hour, we cannot neglect all of our new friends who are joining us minute by minute because I don't want you to miss out on an opportunity. This could potentially sell out. How many do we have? Over 4,200 have sold, my friends. We only bring in a limited quantity to be able to keep our prices low. This is under $20, and I know that's why this is flying, but the reason why we're all trying to save money over the long term, yes? How do we save money? We get Tupperware. Why do we get Tupperware? Because they come up with innovations like this. That pick on the bottom, skewered right into the bottom, the base of that lettuce, is what keeps it fresh because it keeps the water in this water-based food product at the bottom, away from the leaves, keeps it from falling apart and wilting and becoming slimy and gross so that it lasts weeks longer than what would happen if you kept it in the bag you got from the grocery store. So think about what you have in your fridge. Say, do I need this? And you're gonna nod to yourself and say yes, but do not wait because again, this is flying. These are so limited now, but I do want you to be happy. I do want you to save money. It's Summerfest, my friends, and at $19.95, you are getting it home for under $5 on 5 Flex. Oh my gosh, okay, we're moving right along. They're like, Emily, we have other items in this hour. This is the final item. It's a set, my friends, okay? We're gonna talk about why this is so incredible. It's perhaps one of my favorite items from Tupperware because it's called Fridge Smart for a reason. It can do even more so than any other Tupperware piece because it's a vented system that takes all the guesswork out of all the different produce you bring home.
Exactly. And
it's incredible.
Emily, I was telling you that it's so fascinating the science that went into this. University of Florida in Gainesville, that school, some professional scientists and Tupperware worked together to create these. Every one of these vessels has had so much research done on them, so much testing done on them.
It looks so simple, but they're so like incredibly technologically advanced.
And now a lot of it has to do with the particular polymer we used. So this is best for protecting your food in your refrigerator. If you look at the bottom, see those little channels, those like dimples?
Sure do.
So we want the water, again, like in the other one with a spike, to go down below. We do not want our food in the water. And then on the front of the chart, you'll see every single vegetable or fruit that you could possibly imagine. And it will show you, one is showing like half open, one is showing completely white, the other one completely clear, and then you see an X. So what does that mean? Well, over here on the lid, you have the exact setting that would match for the particular produce. So for instance, if it says grapes, you want it in the solid circle, then you would have it in the center. Over here, I'm moving it to the far right, but you set it in the right setting and it allows for the perfect amount of airflow that goes with it. There's also a QR code. It will tell you when you go there, do wash this or don't wash that.
That blew my mind earlier when, of course, Deb Murray told me for the very first time that that is a thing.
It is
I
a
was
thing.
like, what?
So you're getting the deep one. This is the one I use for my berries. This is the one that I use for, I even have corn on the cob in it, my grapes. Over here, this low flat one, this is perfect for your asparagus, perfect for your celery.
You're right.
It's outstanding for whole carrots. Then you're getting the great big deep one. And this is the one where, like I said, I go in the bulk stores, I would buy that big bag of broccoli and it would last me 2 to 3 weeks. And you can look online, they will tell you conservatively that your lifespan will be guaranteed 20% longer than any other storage.
I have a list of
Read
them.
of what
and
you
then,
have.
then you explain why
That
it's
it's
conservative.
conservative.
Yes, because celery, they have actually checked it out, 15% longer in the Fridge Smart than in the storage package. Spinach, 34% longer in the Fridge Smart than in the store package. Now think about the case that looks just like this, but does not work like this. I'm talking about the bigger one, the one right underneath.
Right underneath it.
Strawberries, this is a
Yeah.
mind blower. Watch. 50% longer than in the store package. Mushrooms, 42% longer. And
Precisely.
these are all the fruits and vegetables that when you get them home from the store, it feels like as soon as you get them home, they start getting moldy and slimy. I hate it when I bring home spinach and then all of a sudden I'm like, are they already wilting and gross and slimy? What am I buying? So this is how you are going to make your food last longer. You're going to stretch that dollar because we're talking about so many different ways in all our shows, not just in our Tupperware hours, but to be able to say, how can I save money? Time use. How much am I paying? This is going to be something you'll use for the rest of your life. It's going to save you money from the moment you get it home because you are no longer wasting with all that food waste. That is mind-boggling.
It is mind-boggling. And the way they've made them is they fit so conveniently in the kitchen and your refrigerator. See where they're square and the way they fit so perfectly. You're not compromising any, you're getting the most amount of square footage in your refrigerator. You can see what's inside. It has the science on the front to show you which ones, because you don't have to buy one for grapes, because this could be corn the next time. I mean, but you look on the side of the container or you take a photograph and go to the website and find out, do I rinse it first? Do I not rinse it first? There's so much science that's gone into it. I had strawberries that lasted me an entire month. I had cherries that lasted an entire month.
Say it one more time.
Did you say a month? 1 month. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, and think about this over here in my berries. Blackberries, I love them. They are delicious and they are really good value in the grocery store. But if you don't eat them right away, they turn moldy and—
Oh my gosh, the berries. I have to cut you off for just a second because we have so many people on the line with us. Welcome, my friends. We're so excited that you're here to be able to get this technology home and start saving yourself some money. And also eating the foods that you bring home and not throwing them away. This is incredible. Really quickly, my friends, do not wait in the line. We have quite a few people on the line, so much so that we have a little bit of a wait. We don't want you to miss out on an opportunity. The QR code on your screen is the fastest way to shop. You just have to pull out your phone, open the camera app, hold it right in front of the QR code that you see right there on your screen, and it will take you right to this item. Then you just pick how many you want, because I know you're going to want more than one set to be able to take advantage of all the produce that you bring home. And my friends, speaking of QR codes, this individual set comes with QR codes in case you need a little bit more clarity or just want somebody to explain to you. I love the technology. Also comes with its own QR codes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. You got like these cute little garanimals on the front. You can get 3 different settings on the top. But my favorite is the one that's got the X on it.
Yeah.
And you go, well, what setting is X? It says, do not refrigerate eggplant, avocados, or tomatoes. And I knew about everything except for I did not know that about eggplant. I'd always refrigerated eggplant. And according to the scientists, and this isn't Tupperware, these are scientists and the kids at UF, the eggplant will last better longer without refrigerating it. Did you know that basil is better without refrigerating it? And you can actually use this for basil like I've done here. We have a huge garden. My daughter and I have all above ground gardening.
I love that.
And smell the basil.
Oh, that's so good.
But I will keep this on my counter, even though it's called Fridge Smart, and my basil will last so much longer.
That is incredible.
It won't bruise. I mean, it's just, there's so many applications for this, but it's not available at this price anywhere else. We do have them in our home parties, and people love them, and they tell all their friends about them. But the lowest price in the country that you can get for any of the items that we represent on HSN is we've negotiated that nobody can get a better price than what we're offering here today.
No one can get a better price than what you're seeing here. Let's talk about the individual things that you're getting again. In case you're just joining us, you might have missed. You're getting quite a bit out of this one set.
You get three different
pieces.
ones. It's 6
three
pieces.
containers plus the lids when we talk about 6 pieces.
So this one is the deep one. This is the one that I use for grapes. I also use it for my berries. And again, you could use it for anything, but look at how perfect when you buy the corn in the pack at the grocery store.
It fits like a dream.
Absolutely perfect. Now this is the deep short one.
Okay.
Then we have the shallow. I apologize that I haven't memorized the exact cups or ounces on them.
Oh, I got it for you. Don't worry, keep going.
I have my green onions in, but this would be also the ones that I would do my celery in. This is the ones for perfect long carrots. Outstanding for asparagus in here. Not only does it keep the integrity of the food perfect because it's laying it flat, but it's also because of the channels underneath. Our food is going to last better, longer. We have the water place for it to drip down below, and then on the top, we have the perfect setting for the onions so that we will get the ultimate lifespan on the onions.
And last but not least, we have
deep boy.
The big one.
The big boy. So in this one, this is my kale, which you have spinach in that one.
I do have spinach,
Let's take the spinach out because the reason I like the spinach is when I go to the bulk store, a big bulk of organic baby spinach is $4.24. A bag in the grocery store is $4.99 for a little bag. So you buy this big container, and like Emily will have told you, you go to it in the bag and it's slimy and gross. You don't even want to touch it.
And within days.
Within days. This will last weeks in
I love
there.
that. Okay,
weeks.
see, this is what we're talking about. Weeks. Really quickly, I love that you were like, hold on, let's get the measurements, because it's important for a lot of our friends. But if you're looking at this one, and then you're looking at this one. So these two together are actually the same capacity.
Are they really?
Yes,
Oh,
one's just the taller one and one's just the shorter one, and it's 1.8 liters.
Okay,
The big boy, that's 4.4 liters.
That's
so
amazing.
That's quite a bit.
That's a lot of stuff. But I do think, like I told you, I help take care of this surgeon, help them with meal prep and food prep. And one of the things that him and his wife are committed to is they bring all the organic produce home, they get it all cleaned, they put them in containers, and the kids eat all week long by properly caring for their food. Think smart, think fridge smart, think about protecting your investment, also to be able to eat healthier.
Eat healthier.
You know, we need to eat fruits and vegetables. Don't, eat junk and then wonder why you have all the illnesses you have. You know, God intended us to eat produce. I mean, produce is full of vitamins and nutrients and water, and they're bright, beautiful colors. And when you go to grab a grape, in that bag that you have in your refrigerator that maybe it optimizes it slightly, you know what's going to happen? It's going to get mashed. It's going to get mangled. It's sitting in your drawer. In here, you're protecting those grapes. Those grapes will last for weeks and weeks and weeks.
That's what I'm talking about.
Crunchy and delicious.
My friends, the optimal storage container. That is what these are. They're called Fridge Smart for a reason, because they take all the guesswork out of how to store your fruits and vegetables, all your produce, the best way you possibly can. Because we are not expected to know all these things, but I love that Tupperware has collaborated with some of the smartest people out there to be able to make it easy for you. And that's why so many people are like, yes, please, this amazing 6-piece set, incredibly priced. Because again, you might not have seen this before, and for good reason, because this is relatively new. So if you're looking for a great addition to your collection, I really do think this is it.
And read up about it. I mean, scientists in our university did it. It's not a salesperson like myself that created this and knew you wanted it. I'm just proud as peacock to represent it, but real science went behind this. And so I'm very, very proud. If you do the research, you'll be going, why didn't I get more?
Why didn't we get more? Speaking of, we should have gotten more of these.
I know.
My friends, if you just joined us towards the end of our hour, we're talking about this amazing set, but we have to remind you of this because this will not last. Doing so well. It is incredibly popular, my friends. Of course, it's the Crispit. You know it, you love it, but this is the latest iteration. This is the innovation that you are going to say, why did I not think of this or get this before? It's this amazing pick. My friends, the item number is on your screen. Don't wait on it. 867-27 574. Deb, thank you. You're back
You are
again. What
wonderful.
time?
5 p.m. with Helen with our final presentation on the microwave pressure cooker.
All right, then.
In honor of National Military Appreciation Month, HSN is supporting the Foundation for Women Warriors, a nonprofit organization dedicated to honoring and empowering the women veterans community. The foundation works to enhance the personal and economic well-being of veterans by providing financial education, professional development, and mentorship. Join us in support of our women veterans. In May, HSN will match customer donations up to $75,000.
G by Juliana Home combines fashion and function for the home. For the woman who's vibrant, fun, and fashionable and wants her home to reflect that. It's fashion for the space you live in, exclusively for HSN.
Live your summer in style. From your favorite brands to all new celeb designer collections. Don't miss Summer in Style, Thursday at midnight.
Here at HSN, we have 4 basic body points where you're going to measure. First, let's start with our waist. You'll want to get a soft tape measure. Keep the tape measure flat against your figure at the natural crease of your waist. You're going to wrap it around so it's